Welcome to round 4 of my American Lager rankings. Now, 2 of these beers are actually 2 in each round have gone up against each other. So Busch and Rolling Rock have already gone up against each other, and Pabst and Miller High Life have already gone up against each other. I need to take these 2 against these 2. So I'm going to have to somehow mix these up because I don't want to repeat. And I guess there's going to be a giveaway. That Busch is pretty pale. Miller has more foam. And this, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do this blind. I don't think I can. Let's see. So, if I were to take these 2, put them over here, and these 2 to put over here. See, these faced off in round 1, and these faced off in round 2, and again in round 3, because in round 2 they were warm, so they had a rematch in round 3. I believe Pabst won both times, both warm and cold, although not for sure. So, we'll just do it like this, not blind. So this was the Rolling Rock, and this here is Miller. So I'll put this over here. And we'll take Busch against Miller High Life. I'm not going to get stats. I'll put them up on the screen. But that has some bitterness on there. Not as sweet as some of these beers that I've tasted before. Rather tastes kind of bland. Not great. Not a great finish. Fairly watery too. Used to drink this all the time in high school before switching to Budweiser. Really never, at that time, never really understood or realized how bad it was. That's because the only other beers available at that time were adjunct lagers. So they were all kind of bad. But Budweiser is better. So how does Busch compare to Miller High Life? Miller High Life is much more pleasant to drink. Really, not much of a comparison. I'd say that Miller High Life is head and shoulders above Busch. All right, so let's try Rolling Rock. Rolling Rock, the first time I had this beer was in round 1. And I was expecting it to be terrible because it's cheap, low in alcohol. I assumed it's a budget beer. It probably is. But as I recall, in round 1, it wasn't that bad. It even won a match or 2. I would say it's better than Busch. But how does it go against the sweetness of Pabst? Could it be bias? I'm thinking Rolling Rock might be a bit better. It's got a more richer flavor to it. Very slightly heavier mouthfeel. Hardly any hoppiness in the finish, or at all. Yeah, there is a definite difference between these two, and believe it or not, I think Rolling Rock is better. it's got a bit more tanginess to it. A bit. This one has more of a sawdusty flavor in comparison to this. Whereas this has some flavor of whatever ingredients they use in here, probably malted barley and high fructose, or not high fructose corn syrup, but maltose and dextrose corn syrups. Probably. I don't know. I think I looked the ingredients up on this, and I don't think this used syrups, but it does use corn. Yeah, there is a more richness to the flavor of Rolling Rock. I'll have to give it to Rolling Rock. So Pabst gets another loss. Surprisingly. Because Pabst in the last round swept through, beat all three beers that it was up against. Okay. Now, let's try Busch against Pabst. Now Busch is getting a little bit more richer in that flavor. Oh yeah. It's interesting. Maybe this particular can of Pabst I've got isn't that great. I wonder if I could see a date on there. 21 April 26. So I'm assuming that's the expiration date. So this is still all right. Hold on the Busch here. Can I see that? I can't see it. Can't read it. But now we're getting that maybe that syrupy taste, that corn syrupy taste. Ain't crazy about it. Perhaps it's weaker though, but slightly better in flavor. Very slight. Boy, in one tasting, I prefer this one, and in another tasting, I prefer that. So, I'm actually leaning towards Busch still. But let me chase them the other way now. I've been chasing the Busch with Pabst, but now I'm going to chase the Pabst with Busch. I think I will go with the Busch. This is why I'm going to do multiple comparisons. Because if you just do one comparison and try to rank beers based on that, there's going to be anomalies like this. In the last round, Pabst won all three. In this round, it looks like it has lost two. So it's kind of averaging out. Anyway, Busch gets the win here now. Last two. Miller High Life and Rolling Rock, the surprise beer. Rolling Rock. Now Miller is tasting better than Pabst and Busch. Rolling Rock just has a decent flavor to it. It's still clean, still kind of plain. All of these beers are fairly plain, and none of them are that great. Especially if you try them side by side with the German beer, such as Hofbräu Original, or a Czech beer, like Czech Bar. Those beers, you don't get tired of drinking them, but you do get kind of tired of drinking these. The champagne of beers, it does have some tanginess in there, some bitterness. But so does this. Boy, this is another tough contest. Let's try this. Straight out of the can. So I get rid of these damn things. All right. Just a tad bit more in here, I think. Nice and cold and crisp. Not bad. Much better than what's been poured in the mug. Slightly more bitter, but not necessarily in a good way. Both are plain, don't have much taste to them. Maybe slightly more tanger, but this one has more of a rich taste to it. I'm going to go with the Rolling Rock. Well, before I say that, let me try one more swig. No, the Busch or the Miller High Life has a bit more flavor, just a bit. I'm going to go with the Miller High Life on this one. So that's that. Let's see what happened here. Busch went up against Miller, and I think it lost. I can't remember. I think Miller beat both of these, and I think Pabst lost to both of these. Is that right? Can't remember. Didn't take notes, but I can review the video. But just for shits and giggles, Miller and Pabst. Got to go with Pabst. Yeah, strange. Very strange. So, but Miller and Pabst have already gone up against each other. I think Pabst has already beat Miller twice. Once warm and once cold. So, that's it. Round, I think this is round 4, is in the books. So, thanks for watching.